Piano, Ishane Love from Seven Control say, Yankai, na nipa, wabra, what yes, and this oh, say a yesika, say ye, atadie, a yampabua, dibia will be a rubit me abba, Isha from your premises, I wait me up, Yane Love from Yana and a war, a year dying, chrome, bit me abba, now they ababe bois, and a bear, or the city, a beshaqua, there be a unibi. Ebia name him sa daje ni ho ntie dia o de ne yesika na dwete sese ya mobile money interoperability ewo hoyi no obetumi asende kakra bia won sa soso no e de aba 055 006 8844 055 006 8844 na o ye send no a edin ebeba no ya twa ne se inshira donations. The Osande na se din ba na inshira donations are no we say about the right quarters. When him say about in terms of integrity there. When him say enya there obetimi ajoki with inshira FM integrity. And I said number no what the way number 055 006 8822. So your number should be consistent in the LPM and also what you exhibit here. The for the number no is 055 0068822 055 0 sunu ayemienu 68822. Yese ketua bia nsa donation bia obeya akoso bia no at the minim say at the end of the day no producers no be compile din no ni sika e bade nyina na yese ne nidie se no ye de nidie ama no ye mmoa na ye mfase de enhye ye mmofra no enso afono mu. Now what's Ronnie say, yam faka krei en sonenhwe na ommiemie ye kuruwa no so mane nyema emu mfaso ana. So we're free January or peponsa ye be ko openima mu yi eno ko akra ye enough so be ye bibi ama akwada unnim no wo sika na de be banti no e be ma akwada bi e be sere. Once again number no 055 006 8822 na bibia enso akokama ebia wo de no atade na apese wo de ba ebia wo mo bag wo anwa wo nsuo bia apese wo de ba ni nyina bebo ama nhira bodo na akokama pacho ye beje na yada wase na twedi amponso a o se nyema ye nyina mpo na ye de esi etim fi mpo owo me nyina na onim ni nyina no ono anso e de emu nhira ebedom wo so tim nyama wasua bra waje a wode akenkan entia ebia wutie me anopa yi wonso pese oba enya nimde ene ajapade pa obetimi de agya oba se wo tiase se wo ntiase obi antimi na oba no empre ho obi antimi na odofo no empre ho no eye nwumasua ene top tier steady abroad consult wa fa de ato no ho se ewi apese okwa amanone na won tete a wanya no onwumasua a wanya no wo pese odi bi ka ho ade ba ko a se okwa amanone na akwaje ntete ho ha de ma pa no e ma exposure e ma confidence obi a na onwumasua mu nyina no wanya kakra e wa amanone no exposure a de ma no e serious. I remember somewhere in 2012 in your opportunity ekoye security course kakra bi Liverpool mpatemo baby. Now from that time no I'm not saying say go school or my Ghana mu a ebia unya exposure na unya confidence but unya amano ne kakra de ka ho a but e ma onema bebre ewie pay ɛwɔ figya kwan no so takrade number no so yɛ 0598007852 0598007852 na on a top tier study abroad ɛni nsawo so na wɔmmoa na ɔdae so sɛ wo nso wadi sua no wobɛkɔ akɔtoa so ɛwɔ amanane no Share FM 104.5 na akasima ngwotwe na ngwotwe abo enano payi ewo extadio edi enhyira mobadwafo atena ase ti so that we mekọ na ye ne omo atimi atoa enkomodie no eso so 21st century say nipa ni nyina mebo dompem e wo faako se obi etiem anopai na se sebe oba wiase unyango ya enya nimtiabuo na mede ibu ba se nyankopon aye wadom na wama oba wa wusisi mba se oye oba se oye bema na wani ekum no ho watete no na wakọ secondary school awie ebi a one late teens and one early 20s na one na da sori anopa na waka che o se me ko ewak aba ni nti a me ko ewak ne se sika no ade ma me to form se me ko ka asrafo ho no omo se yemra for physical screening due to fear na afro se oba no brana be fa ne mortal remains be fa na mu oba no okra se okọ park no so aba no e se be fa ni funu from Fanchamiano pay. A brainy ho, I would have taken time to digest that. It sits well with what I said in the morning. The Ghana Armed Forces, the military, our defense ministry is now living the pain of regret. Bianca, diligence kakra because what? Ka wait and see. Ni sense what pa ne say. Last year, was it last year? I think some years ago, we call me opportunity call ILO conference be. Now omoka about unemployment. Omo say unemployment in Chese unya adwuma nko unya adwuma no. You should be able, you should be searching, and you should be willing. So obenya adwuma no nso. The babu no bi okọ park no so Chese o babu no a. Onim so oni adwuma. Na osan apese obenya adwuma. It's a very unfortunate scene. And then I don't have enough time, so I don't want to dwell on that. But what they put yourself in obi and eba wuye, obi and eba prayer. So na parent kwatiti. Kurani bi timi sorry 5:30 esa bass be form. So one na ade omuko school kura dia is so stressful. Now what dan is we secondary school ni boni awa nyina so okopo adwuma ye. Ya fro say oba no be fa na mu na kusie no. This is a path I need say you drew hobby. So I had to take kwasem bi no mu a ya ye wo krum ha saa no. E wo se tuka. School bi pa agidin. Enra. Papa mpanyimfo no ma hyehye suit about tie omu diki so dey e wo se wo de o physical certificate come on your verification. Me was a certificate kro no ano. yama wa upload online meaning say it is too parochial, too antique, and too myopic. You want to be able to was say yes, look at able youth. Now, we are second COVID creature winche. And they can say flu, ne one ba. Nipo muko jina we. Me share nipa num masses ne wana. Obi akra ni washe nose mask. To those hours no mudi no hono. Cross transfusional diseases in kwa akra be ko hono. Whoever sanctioned this must get a rethink. Nyame tiase. Na nyame ne yemboafo. Ebe use this opportunity na abusiafo a won ade hye free won a won ho kae yama obi a yakọ. Ba sa pathway pa de eni se eduru ho bio. Abusiafo atenase so that we mame nko na yen hye yem komo die no ase e wo ha no pai. Once a wutie kai say at opportune time no you be activate phone lines and so when your opportunity they wadwenkyere and so abba producers at opportune time no messages ayenya or your social media handles no let me know send e be ya betumi I can because it takes a lot to write a message it will be unfair say obi the message be bana yen kenkan the message be about on any of the social media handles no na mama ya we na yetumi akenkan ede amount anopai Abdul Salam CPP Ashanti Regional Secretary watena se anopai obanyi ma che na honamu ye boko de yamado me hoye bijiri so hoye nyamete ase oni yedi ni ye CPP mu wo ho yeti ase pa o ya sure se mote ase o yeti ase se ma ba ide o tun se yeti ase o fre na yan bi amman ka baga se yo. Are you not disappointing Kwame Nkrumah?
We are. For that one, I salute you. We are disappointing Kwame Nkrumah. I agree with you now.
Are the Intina more attractive to the Ghanaian population?
Because in here, good leadership, which included me and Kasa. In I display good leadership. And on say the dynamism of politics in the society, this Kanina, it lies on commitment on Kwan. This time around, and the system of campaigning near politics and only scan to me. In fact, the research I read a little. It's just all the political parties paying for in this MPP, none of them spend on less than $200 million. And so only such can you will not be seen in the system. We share what say shut up with the latest resource of war, Wako high bars, a brandy bars on from bed. Me fan say 300 meters there. The convoy and I'm reminding people of look at what he puts. Yes. Against even a candidate like Alan maintenance. Why? Because he was able to market himself. Signboards, he's on the TV, on the radio, or no confidence in him. He himself in the state channel was so admires. So we need that kind of character. We need money and we need time to organize ourselves. The entire community say Niska, marketing, we don't look attractive. In fact, the last election, we didn't be a flag bearer. So, once a Hussein, I'm with heavy machines, a campaign. We had an idea, Muditon, a friend, cassette, incredible, wow. Yes, so the future idea. The future is a sure collapse. Do motivation idea to still brand yourselves. Oh yeah, Ashanti Regional Secretary. I believe in that. A political party is as good as dead. Yes, my motivation is the ideology, not the party. As for CPP, there can't do my move educra, but ideology keeps me going. Okay. And I'm optimistic. Say be out China better. But as I am from like a food somewhere, but. So let's say we are my eviction note from our office. Say anytime we wait my AF and who should I call? My chama crowd coming to the Soviet Magic. It's a challenge. Wow. So a lot of things. Hussein Ibrahim, a member of the National Democratic Congress communication team, and I feel so Okasa Edema Asante Mantam so afọ. Hussein Martin. Na honamu ya boko there.
Ira Jomama so eguso ye na from so the cinema bibia be okay dia mayen no we dey mecha we dey come so ye in fact anope bia no meti mu amesu ne ma bebre dey edi free mu munyamre echechire Ghana form nsemu must criticize constructively am aban no hu se e wo se wo ya ade e beboa timamufo no timamufo no bebre na asem nkan kire mu se mu da nhira fa mu da mase ye me chia tifo ni ahwefo mo social media nyina ma gibre a mo so muti nhira FM anope ye ti roti kokko so asase so de nana nyankwada me de chia kese so free Dr. Frank Amakohene asoye e de ma asantima nyina ate nearly 3 days no kopie mo nkran ti wo hwe mo kan budget no na wotimu bi wotimu nyina nya bibia no person okutie nhyehyeye ne nema pa ayira John Dramani Mahama ewo de ma asantima because obi opa de akokotoko ni abro eno hwe yira Mahama opa de pa de abakotoko ntine was regional minister Dr. Frank Amakohene koho no okutie ni nyina in fact okutie tie no say yes asantima ye chefa ye den ewo mu minim say ye kase ye di nkomo na ye be do musuko na asantima nyina hu say yira John Dramani Mahama eja wanja yimu na waso yimu yi
okay men so da se pa CVV yengra budget no because me for unya time ba so yeah political science kakra na when Kwame Nkrumah was brought to Ghana ne ideological differences and personality conflict on the then UGGC enya now what kind of reasons why he broke away. So you know, see Amase the Veranda Boys in those days, you know, the CPP was the talk of town. Now in the IS and in fact I on the budget.
Production Mabedu for consensus, especially chairman Kasim no organized dollar man chairman. Mamin chat mine and not join antism one of our own Rashid. From a Juma Wakacho, we said the heart hand. I don't know why I'm not saying a Kumana. I'm not driving motorbus with one son of you.
Wow.
The usual pay better name Bakusin.
I'm in front of currency.
I mean, budget Kohuma abide the ball on my every year. Need the best. Now, I'm premping no budget in a moment, bear me and sir. Your surplus budget and your balanced budget and your deficit budget. Now, share surplus budget, we scanning be crack. Uba community is balance budget, baby. Uba Kohuma, no second no, not pepe. And at the deficit in the Uba Kubu's account. We shall be as here, bear 95% will be IS at a friend deficit budget. That's our common so sin is a it means I'm praying your expenditure exceeds our revenue.
Yeah. Now,
this time around, at the same thing. Send an UG can Osha percent spending 268 million against a percent resistica 268 million. Meanwhile, you have spending 302 million. Means a deficit today about 34 billion. A buy house or register. Now, I did back quite a person will say. Say a deficit budget. And I say you can change it.
Okay.
Say bet to me, I don't know so even though you are going to booze and babuzi, I want to back it to because you have register
okay.
Can we do that? Yes or no? Say yes, I'll come to bet my because they say we are seeing corner. Technology some natural resource is becoming waste. Why should our natural resource be waste? I think I can believe you. Lithium buying the system, I'm on for say lithium about or might be out the area of Tariq between Libya and Niger. It's one of the resources of Munyeska. It's also lithium, they are renewable. And disposable. We are say about my facade in assassin, for example, side dry cells are modi cover a footboard, you are modi and I don't know. But my side, I'm none outside for in the lithium bore air coffin. It took a man BPD. The same lithium agreement he buys a barry agreement now you will do 10% at that time now lithium a ton at $3,000 and I mean look at a drop about $680 meaning say sir I didn't born a table phone we share UTA news but finance minister say then you have a drop in revenue on oil about 35.7%. They are doing things for say it is depleting. and a price and so enter on Kosoro, we are see. Meaning, say, most of the natural resources in above form. In Ghana, for instance, the production of cocoa is dropping as a result of your friend saying, Galamsey and Neman Baby. They are together in above form. And so the expectation of Ghanaians, was so. You pay rules, you pay interchange, you pay way, you pay doom so. These things are all money. On found Sapine or Kana, on Moses now, we are the Bonaye, they be we scared of the eye. So, what do we do? It means that anytime I say meeting, Ghanaians demand the beer and also a fund. Whether you Brunei at 2 and now I say you raise that through tax and they are balancing. Now, advantage of women say, Uta Brua, or better near 2, because over this kind of 1,000, can also be to a better 1,000. Name of Soka say in a in Tria. I know the better near one spec, you push it in near Chama. The problem I want to say, most of the revenue are generated through indirect tax. And it's about indirect taxes, most of it, it ends up affecting cost of living. Because indirect tax, a tax, a producer can pass it on to a consumer. It is a nation, it can say, I buy to tax more. It means more advertisement for baby, I know, move to Mukaka. Minimum Sabagas or tax so directly, and then affecting Shinafim. So, most of the world, make sure say direct tax, more because, and only affecting cost of living. And the year, up to 9 million, say, Nipa tax for Ghana directly are less than 10%. Yeah, about 13 million. Nipa tax directly, and up to 3 million. Nipa Omuye Juma or Kruma, they want to have. But yeah, system is your formal and informal sector. And the capital is your informal sector. But capital be in a church chibi. But such a channel will tax, capital on tax. And the first point. Let me visit a Bible share and say, hey, our idea of horizontal taxation. You be a tax net in him. Now, Camino can say, capital net will come die with you to 50,000. Also, just gonna quite be some tax. Am I buying? People near POPG 30,000 or on tax more. Tyler or Crims or no informal sector. Why Tyler a feedback no G no G 100,000 on Sweden. On tax.
See what is dangerous, Crash? Most of the Tylers need POP for no free too good. Yeah, about one high down. Fina we tell you now, Hona not Tinamuye. We are not a GC Canina, and our repatriative funds. The many fee back in the 2001. And President Kufuor those times guys were widening the tax net.
Yes.
How can we really and pragmatically widen the tax net?
It should be part of our policy. Say with Ghana card, I said it captured most of our information. We can use it to get everybody on board. Because so Ghana card now. Every BBA transaction baby, you need to use Ghana card. At certain point in time, you're in your Ghana card. It must show us the work you're doing. It's a Ghana card that say, "Oh, you're carpenter." Oh, more. And baby, I open favor. No, make me say, "Oh, you're carpenter." Shall me tell your tax. When we start doing that, I can encourage you about your tax. But when me a carpenter need a video, I can go and get a whole house. Me bosso, my T-boat, me workmanship and number 60,000. Me just about my tax no minimum crew. Teacher 3,000 there. You tell VAT, you tell then you tell interest above your number 2,800. So when we start with widening the tax net, it means you better receive more revenue, and you better reduce this defense budget deficit. But no, even though to me balance budget in there by say budget now, yes, our capacity be ready also a sovereignty. Then we also look at our expenditure. Yeah, na ye per se ye program bia in terms of bia we say scan doors but ye per se short-term program because my buy number my year we are there's no guarantee so be to us. And then we are talking about agenda 111. Aha, stay and Becca say that time money allocated was 100 million. Which are divided by a number of projects and Babana. Let us say who divide 100 million say 5 projects I bet my buy 6 at that time. We cannot see you then me can many amankena that program that day. Let us say look one Akufado he should $100 million and find 6 projects. Now so we complete 6 projects at a place Amuhi hospital and Quebec is at least what my 6 district hospitals. I'm sure one person can be done in 8 months and stuff. Yes, not a single one was completed. But now the government is saying only 10 for this year. Between this year to next year, the NCC only say deterioration. And the other time, last year, 20 million, By the time I do this, you must be here 40 million. And one and 9 minutes, and they can say, oh, or they are open office for value of money because the value of money, no. And she say from Ajay, all the money projects are out of 111, yeah, by 10. It means by need something I count. By the time I do the last one, then the cost on times 3. Means the value of money and engagement. It is because you believe, say, some judgment to a because so that one should be also looked at. And this is a project next as one. Your money look at Kakrabit Mayano, it is Kenchuma, your resource of free. Now, save one of the things I use in our budget, any waste system. In fact,
waste.
Yes, not Eugene. I talk about friends, nursing teachers' allowance. It's one of the wastes.
Really?
I'm telling you, me.
Who say waste?
A big waste. I say.
Then a money waste. I buy this ikema ne man for. Someone question there. Me fan so masene. Untia mo fees. Ubedi di. Ma that time of the month near there.
Say the enti. Omaya obi ko teacher training. We use iPhone 12, iPhone 13. The man 500 series. That same man. Could be asking why you should to school near pon. Because school now.
How much you look heavy downpour?
Heavy. Sabi walk right in pump straight to close school. Walk into a school. Yemi anum de mushi o to go show na ma jam na o school na pon. Yeah. The same country. And yet the same region I am obi 500 naira de no. The same region obi to or course school so swat akunya kitchen you can say is it kitchen studio? Every fear no the alcohol. Meanwhile, I walk from the grassroots there, but or ending maybe I did parkour so I could do. So I don't think I just for more so. And your political policy because those people top them.
But so unim say in governance, and yes, it could be our mind be you know, and I always expect to say like you make profit. You must also ensure say your citizenry are comfortable.
The entire year nation training also. I'm sorry, President Kofona buy some money, and they buy what's to motivate people to go to nursing. Make in the 90s. I'm going to announce forms that are free. Because one of my friends, Sadiq, is an engineer of Yari. Now, talk about GD for. Now, free at that time. And the president phone said, look, let me motivate people. And this allowance and buy. And then, from the report I hear from GTEC 2016, even when your mama every year I did it from 2015, the next 2016, the enrollment no cost because on we that friends, there's a term for it. Nobody has to school. On we is added for money by enroll.
Quota system.
Yeah, quota system. If and then your more be allowance, say on nursing. As a motivation to do what? Or we are doing our way. In fact, but this is they are not bonded. Or we are to travel. Last year, so last 2 years, near Mamo called London as a nurse. Scabbing on that break. A mother is a free as a nurse. I go about your. So my point is that such canon, we can locate it to continue mills police away here, removing the schools and the tree. You are looking at some money now. At least I could at the primary level, so by access to good education. Or be a conference. Safety conference won't even compare or be a school and trust. Next time school is a now by it take a long time to complete it. And to me, say, and also to me, a waste of resources. Okay. Now I buy say why negotiate with the IPPs from 1.4 billion, 1.1 billion. You remember saying by almost the same renegotiation. I don't know the side they cover from. It's not about renegotiation a year. It's about paying the debt. Because Uja debt now, sitting in a follow no. It's a debt in a mood. And I think say what matters most is say no matter how the negotiation is, you make sure so within the time frame I had that you also you may pay off that debt. You save money through negotiation, you save money through negotiation, it's not someone in the problem.
Okay.
And the issue of this
what's there now as a Ghanaian our budget no more a mawa so pass moving into 2026 and then maybe
one of the things I've been doing this palm oil policy I'm so neighbor.
Okay.
Because I've been saying say there was you add value to our natural resources. Say in palm oil IBPR, I think it's good. Okay. And also I'm saying creative direct job over 800,000. Say to me yes I could take Galamsey for no be. But we are going to say any send parano, but if will be a
palm and almost 250,000.
Okay, even if it's 250,000, I think it's a boomer film. I'm a baby coach, and at the end of the day, a Juma they create more man.
Okay.
And the construction of that road from Accra to Kumasi, one of the things I can watch I think it's also a plus to us. But apart from that, one thing I mean some way a good ever boy, send also generating business, you know, that threshold I might raise it from 200,000 to 750,000. But I ain't in here. What matters most is say, company on declare proper profit. And there I hear Kruma and say, there's no proper tracking. And no one catch you say my profit at 10 cities, me tax 5 cities. Yeah, mom all this waiver and they will not be honest to us. If I look at mills policy, but I say new companies, if I'm 3 years tax waiver, company 2.5 years, I don't call declare bankrupt. So companies are AG and Co. Are the same company in 2 weeks. I'm not saying I've been in AG, not establishing so continue. So So it's not about most of the time we are buying a try say about small scale and medium but among Kasa and share the no crime. So in all makers of what matters most enforcement. Last year I buy capital expenditure the capital expenditure crazy. I buy a budget of 250 something million last year. But I say or spending not more than 200 million. I think less than 200 billion. And this time around, on moment is scour or approve of man or best spending a system of a system.
Okay. You, me that's a parma. Men for Sir Michael S.L. Mills. It's from the new Patriotic Party. We're joining, had the opportunity time on so much. Hussein, me too. The same was say about Papa. Then plan our budget we might just say moving into 2026 and every home behind high.
Okay, any kind. Me that's senior Queen Rosalia Mamma. Media Mr. Metana Mukasa Fidi, so na mabusuafo
umpeja microphone na afia manfo ntonkai
na mama abusuafo a omohwere omadofo omomanum nyina yakọ it was unfortunate but I see and I mean him say going forward no empenifo emfa nemu ngu akwa mu se na be ya ebinsi bio Ghana de ebebia na pese bibisi wi na abebobo ho ewi na obehu mo nim ideas akese na ke wo see yesi no yes prevention is better than what cure until yen try na going forward no ye be modernizing yama na emphasize mbakra epe budget no de asempa se wo hwa Ira John Mahama na ye wonwum be say o de asempa na mo others enti asempa na yede nam ene yede beto Ghana for anim and after budget no me hwe publics no the way almost say kasa social media radio so in fact menya gidi bi o me mu say aban papa yeden aba na me be start kra adomu suko no me pese hu ni say Ira to forcing Yankopon ene de no suma oman edin ma oman Ghana say oman Ghana mundi no so mfaso ena na yedi no so mfaso no.
You think Ato is forcing?
Ato is forcing. Na say MPP for na nkasa kura sorry parliament house enyo mutu nyina mu say Ato wo yire hu wo force Ato wo force enti but who say mre bi na nkan kofo bi so mu implicate no what you are saying ka or how I Ghana e komi nyina no nke enya Ira Ato force no komu chi no tu mo person mo chi no pe kwantunu ase yeso mo yesa ne mani na ba ne enema ye den asesa me kan budget ni wie no in fact me ti wie me sa kan budget no kakra and portions am me pese me domu su kon kakra me call education sector no na ma call the economic nature economic referencing economic parts no the macroeconomic and the microeconomic indicators no ye nyina ye wo Ghana hanim sei and na me no kasa sisi wo hwe eye KPI bie ni honoma obetimi aka say oh they to previous governments no ho no aka say they were better than ye de and the economic indicators ni nyina no NDC ye far better than MPP I mean say MPP ni bie ni honom a obetimi dispute asema meken eye me offer is a so ha minu so no de economy no wasua bebre woni finance mu kakra nti de make no no anim say no kre me starting me de ko eniema ma me owudwomu mpapa owudwomu and me no ka say budget e kan yi ami ehu say eniema na na eso tin kakra no na ye because of economic management NDC aban led by Ira to forcing any Bank of Ghana edigu akwemu enema ye hu sa nema no inflation mekai inflation is 23%. NDC after 2016 na inflation is 15.4%. MPP buy almost free abamu no 23%. Ye buy no ye be free 23% e dey about 8%. Ye dey about single digit 4 years ni ehun bi. Inti NDC ya boy hu modin ye. But ye kan inflation MPP for no be na meeting radio ni you must say mu gina say mate inflation about 8%. But who come from honoma eja nema bo edin ye ka inflation na ye ka mpempenso a nema bo ekosoro enne metimi akwakoto paper we ebia phone we enne me koto phone we 1000 cedis na sa de china me ko no mo de 5 cedis per na aka ho a different as compared to me koto phone we 1000 cedis na de china me ko no mo de 500 cedis na eden aka ho enne ye ka inflation no enti enhwe ndc tama ye wa ba mu enne ma bi wa ha ma me no mo dwumo mu do mu nim unim pop cement NDC free abam na 28 Ghana cedis. NDC NPP free abam na 115 cedis. Enne yes what about 95 cedis NDC buy no. Ya save omo moto POP cement to 20 Ghana cedis. PVC pipe 20 mm. Ya save omo 9 cedis. NDC free abam na 2 cedis. NPP buy omo so free 15 cedis. Ya buy ya to about 9 cedis. They hear me kese wa hanim say iron rods. NDC free abamu na iron rods bo meka 16 mm no na ye 2800 cedis per ton. MPP free abamu na iron rods no matumwa de akwa kodu 9600 Ghana cedis na Ghana for su. NDC esa buy no and the menu ka say eso ate about 7400 and they are saving almost 2200 cedis. Which is about papa ba. Inflation no as a no.
What's the source of this document?
The source of this document me come market. Me turn niema. Omo musi adan nim. Omo mo dwom nim sasema me ken entro bi anye den enimo. Calipo, what can I say 2016 na 50 pesos. MPP fra ba man ira akofo no ko onum calipo kura de anka yenim de beba. Onum calipo no hwe calipo koduru ye. Calipo koduru 5 cedis. And then me no ka say 4 cedis. 50 pesos. Baby 4 cedis. Say aban papa eden aba me no ka say palm fruit and we are abai amoka wants me palm fruit if from na 5 cedis pentro aba no MPP fra ba mu na no so for akọ 40 cedis NDC ba akọ 25 cedis say ensekra eden eba me ka palm fruit ma me nyina ho
we market ben akọ yes aso
we market bia obeko bia no asema me ke ma me no do munim asema me ke me mboa
lipa bi so fees the NDC government is benefiting and inherited economic indicators who can keep your key performance indicators from the good works of the previous government. Good works. What will you say to that?
Good works bay. I didn't so much buy no omuzoma or mantiman nema ni ya never been on my MP by then on my the good works burn on my ya and nuntine ama inflation akofom. Inflation ni who is eligible me catch say it has to do with the economic management team. So was solid economic management team. There is no way inflation be then e be kosoro. Enti ye ba ye no ne yeso so ye de anya liquid anya solid anya gas. Be ye de ye nkasa ye boku nkoka se ye ne ye ade but hu se ne ma ye den e so te. Na uni bibi. Mako we se no awie no. Ma hu ade bi. O hwe sectors of the economy. Industry sector. O hwe eye MPP amwan kasa.
You mentioned earlier so about education, so I was waiting for you to go there. Okay.
Osha industry sector and kasa over 2024 budget statement and economic policy over page 23 table 8 industry sector grew by negative 1.1% and the menu industry sector is growing by 3.2%. Osha manufacturing sector it grew by negative 1.1% and the menu 6.3%. Osha construction sector grew by negative 8.9% and the menu 4.9%. Mama baby wo ukoshe so sanity pepepe. That should tell you say NDC baba mu no enema ye den ekoso kakra. Yanko education. NDC ba ye. In fact, me ankasa me nuanum ko school. Mpapa num ko school. Even say me nuanum ko school, mpapa mu tua school fees. MPP for catch say be twa free senior high school mu TV. Almost free senior school the NDC be betwam. NDC buy ne aban a ya tumu dia ko 3.5 billion cedis free senior high school sika edi hyemu e bi si da MPP e buy. And then me no ka say ye manua ne omudi. Ma hu video bo social media pa no kosua na mo boy yewra mahama baso enkra mo school mo. But me video bi so a enkra demonstration. So munya aduane nya den endi. Am fun sisi a. So munya aduane ndi. Enti eno kire se ndisi e bae no enema sesan kakra hwe na se ya ukwa asante achem tomatoes
more invested how much for the free education
3.5 billion cedis ene ndisi edi shemu ebi si da
enye double standards.
I didn't know double standards
because if then candidate Mahama can say or X amount of money in free SHS. But eventually he wins power. Now, just as you are saying, which is a fact, so why increases the going to free SHS? Is that not double standards?
Also, so X amount as an outcome on Fanina, as an kind on Fanina and Shemu. And a school no so a group. I was saying time of free SHS starts here. And this year started progressive free senior high school. You had 12 million cedis per, and they absorb 360,000 students. Now I can be benefited their student fees. MPP you run a barbecue or parliament house say, and this year for near Jacka free senior high school 34 million cedis. Said I can uti. And Sierra Mahama started free senior high school. But you buy no and near economy. And so was invest and crying and you know moody, sending in a can be. And a man then crana come on why they atumuno. And see by any year, I'm a near me cosum cranka. I dare about metin or budget money adjects and say, what do you say kg? You basic kg schools, Magmaku 200, primary 200, JHS 200. You may say you procure buses 200 buses. So 200 buses we can say you started with community day senior high schools. So community day senior high schools and this started 123 of them. If you according to Matopoku Premper modernghana.com or Google say was in the year 46. Modernghana.com as I know. 46
in
yes,
World Bank 23 in account.
Yes, yeah. Sana Matopoku Premper modernghana.com. Sana Hokai. What is? Oh, I say you can.
No.
Matopoku Premper, the former education minister.
Senior.
Honorable Matopoku Premper, please.
I'm only drawing that.
Oh, yes. Oh, I understand. What you say? And you know, say. Ampa NDC buy your boy home modern education capitalism grant you buy your 2 MPP for a can MPP for bought one in your tia Menuka say unim say MPP for BCE no modeka BCE you buy NDC you see that be I was here to assign name when you the free one said the ya or mine a kanya den mini it's your BCE 122 million cedis tia school feeding 895 million year Osha LEAP beneficiary 477 yetua capitation grant maker 72 million yetua wo hwe essential enuro a ye beto abeboa bi ti say ntoburo ni sa ne ma no ya disburses ka koto sa ne ma ni na de aba health insurance 1.4 billion claims yetua MPP 2022 omunya over 2 billion none even 0 pesos from fan ko claims ni mu 2022 which SNDC aban papa ye den aba get fund ya on cape your own copy get from the maze can no kwala education infrastructures ne be den e be cost be bring e no chese NDC ye budget ye draw ye dwene e ye Ghana fo hu yie unim say
fasima me na
me unim e friend say Bangway Bangway I just want you to Bangway e friend say National Investment Bank MPP time na egu National Investment because say tamana na yes
unyina so ye
me nanko fo bi panic me show data na egu ni say mikita omoyi wa hanim say wo hwe 2024 e ka mo boy was 34 million cedis omusa project is 2025 ombe boka 42 million cedis and na me no ka say nie omo profit omanya 146 million cedis.
You've been in governance for 10 months. Tell me in explicit terms.
The reason why government a recapitalization of 1.4 billion cedis and they are bank no Ghana by Google or Ghana web or modernghana.com or buying a discussion 1.4 billion penodicium and then and for so yenya eno so can't my refinery MPP for so komo koton unim scan komo ton almost $22 million omu value nyina omu koton 22 ye beto aba no ene ese entiase NDC buy no me no ka say first 8 months tema oil refinery timanya revenue profit nko $21 million adian komo koton $22 million no yenya $21 million tell you say ya buy no enema esesa enkakra wo hwe policy rate ana woka ene about 21%, na 27%. NDC aboy homodin kama ya ye adwuma wo honom. Wo hwe debt to GDP ratio, MPP na 68% and about 45%. E just NDC ya boy homodin kama. Wo hwe primary balance, wo hwe balance, wo hwe expense deficit, budget deficit. Eniema akoso ni nyina na kire say NDC
I will be a hypocrite if I say the economic indicators as compared to time and SL executive governance NSM mobile is a more DNA better. I will be a hypocrite.
Yes,
what you are saying is true.
It's true.
It's better.
Yes,
but time I'm also taking over from you in 2016. From 2016 to 2019, now your economic indicators and they are better from what they inherited. What is the guarantee that what we are seeing now will be sustained?
Also to 2019.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Before COVID, so remove the COVID by. Yeah. Before COVID, near public debt a balloon from 120 billion, equal 122 billion. Before COVID, now your debt to GDP, and now making one seven. Now I cost 62%. From 56% to 62%. Before COVID,
I think you are not answering me.
No, I'm answering you. I just want you to know, sir.
I
just want you to know, to appreciate, sir,
what we are experiencing now. I'm not paying me, but I said it earlier. I got 2 for 500 cities. Meaning, baby, me gauge na demi drew here. Previously, I got 500 and then for me drew. How is this going to be sustained?
Yegusu. Say now last year, this year budget near present year no. So who they were near Masako no. Good. There's a present next year. Sana name abesiako. Trust era to forcing on will be on to so san fan anonya dey emfa Ghana for Gerald Muhammad you ana unim Jide Ghana for Gerald Muhammad mu na hu but we ade ba kwa M11 say budget here kan yi MPP for minim so mu kita different budget a minim say omu ankasa I think say me papa be say ade we on one try non pay speaking points on kind budget non for main people communicators because you see ade ehu and this buy ani your speaking points but then the way can we nim your moka budget is Ghana for you to
Mate Vedase Esa once again akwaba bibia you find there
nyame ado so
nyame tiase oni edini ye NDC for say aban papa aba you've listened to the budget
medase mama enchia na enchia etifo
okay
na me besha si die mama emfa enchia kese so emma minua a osaye madamfo lawyer Justin Frimpong Kodua.
Oh, okay.
The New Patriotic Party General Secretary. Na enra ena woda. Ono so emse afibiara no se du na woda sana okeka ne nsase kakra na yekonya nkafie na yakọ na yenso kakra oba de adom ye no ono so anam ne nsase akọ no so de bi akọ yinu ya manketua ya my offer asemo so emwa nti yenra yekọ ashtown ekọ ye sa adoye no bi
ne nyame nhira no
nyame enkoso nhira na yade a afibia no
na ka chen se nhira bodo no nhira bodo no so no kwa me the number na be ma ho fa kakra nto ho so
nhira bodo na so tinsta de wo nhira da
so yeah person kwada the less privileged the vulnerable in society so you do Christmas I say hwe to kwa ka chen so I want to see yes I want to see in the birthday package
yes donation on the nhira bodo because nyame eboa ya was say yenso yetumi ema yenso yemwa no eyemwa edema aifo na memfa ekwenye so enchia yewura Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na wono so ebon to said the New Patriotic Party esi ahene ne atu ahene fo be na dom na yede yem franka no ahye ne nsem na 2028 no watumi edi party no enim ede akwakoko ekopa ene enkoden ede amaye age tumi abre minu em se umre no ekwa dudu enti ebebo no tewtew se biebu se bi enyado empanimfo se banche yew se nyew ede na kire eja na abranti why ade o ze se bi de ohun bi da no se mpebi ahwe enye de wo hunu bi da from 2017 to 2024 na make sate so no so the verdict will be out there mrante na mabawa o mo wa bonten.
Tell me your verdict.
You see there is no way ebi ameme verdict no be atom. I want the public to judge them on say na obetra hay One fat dokunanya politics view. Meboa. Yeko 2024 elections, it wasn't about anything. Bad dokuno anazembwa.
Oh, but that will not be fair. So because NDC for dokuno
oh yes. Oh my penny mama krako kujina nkrakan. Anameboa. Yes. What's the kind of economic indicators?
Now, every time I could for so can say dokuna masha say turn one city.
You see, the point is that the omoka and about 40 na eho apaso.
Okay.
Ono asama o kan na anu say nkomodi every dokuno no and I make you see macroeconomic indicators or bet or rattle na kama. Na ma dwene kire me say almost MPP for na yes ade no. Na me nim say NDC for so asua. Yes, ye move away from our populist side of economic communication to the realism.
Okay.
Say afedi who say macroeconomic indicators no. Say yes you use the communicate ya anameboa. Good. Also economy no NPP for say you see senior Pameka Samcho. I'll be a hypocrite. Say between late 2021 and 2023 December Ghana for so far I'm telling you yes so far pa once and I will say okoto fuel 500 when yaje you see se fuel ebo etumi kokodru $120 per barrel okotwa omo be kire o say I'm making for the past 2 weeks I monitor commodity prices every day. I work 64, 63, 62, $61 per barrel for over 4 weeks. And the idea we could do $120 per barrel. Now was $64 per barrel. It will only be a wicked person to say prices and muffin. And more or less when the petroleum sector is fully deregulated.
To a considerable extent, me know you are doing about the crude oil or market price. But I mean, when you answer him, say about best 3 factors according to pricing of fuel or Ghana. No, we crude oil now. Taxes are also, and of course the CD dollar valuation. No, nina can be more time. There were a lot of taxes that we were calling say it ought to be scrapped.
Tax be anywhere on my year free. So the taxes are still there. The taxes are still there, and they have added another one, 1.95 CD per liter. It is there. So the point is that.
That's all the tax are so full and no number from.
So and I make
as compared to
and I make a say when the FOB price, and our world market price, $120 per barrel. No, at me percent NTSA Juma.
Okay.
What as you? Baby, I will quakoto or mokoto ma the NFR. You see. I will not push them. They want to take the credit. Me dem say oil marketing companies in the air.
The OMCs.
Oh, I'm going to cover no manaba. And you're buying a cockra. Let us be fair to ourselves. So for me, you see, when you take credit for something that you are not doing, and once
no, we can also move away from the rule of government. I remember some time another dollar no cry was wrong. There was a time the OMCs came, sat with government, and they agreed and pegged the dollar at 19. So
no, when it comes to dollar auction, at no point did the government of Ghana sold dollar to OMCs. No, they projected their future, and it became a problem. So you cannot go and pick a dollar.
I chose my words carefully. Said they sat with government.
No, they didn't sit with government.
They did.
No,
they did.
No. I have been part of the technical committees. They didn't sit with government to peg because it became a problem.
This is something that I've followed religiously.
No, government.
So I also know what I'm saying.
Government was auctioning. I can give you an auction sheet every week. We are 2 weeks now. Government was auctioning dollars to them 11.70. 11.70. At a point, I confronted one of them. Say, I buy Nigeria to so best sell it at a low rate. Why do you peg your future dollar rate at 19?
Yes.
Now they are being.
At least I'm happy to confirm they pegged it around.
So good. Yeah. So the point I'm making is I admit the fuel price is low for now. Yeah. But there's nothing you can do when the world market price has moved from $120 per barrel to $63 per barrel. All things being equal.
Yeah.
What else you? And another one may kind of say, you see, I'll say NPP terribly managed the economy. If that is their verdict, no problem. I don't expect them to say anything good about NPP, right? But the sweetness of the pudding is in the eating, right? Me buy now, say me economy, managing it terribly, no, right? 2024, their own ECOWAS sub-region growth rate indicators, right? You projected, you said, say 2024, Ghana's economy grew by 5.7%. Wow, we manage the economy because the ability the ability of a sovereign economy to create an employment opportunity is normally looked through the growth trajectory of the economy. Say economy no betumi afa nipa enkwara wo hwe na kwan economy no emu etre alam wo say me mabon ma anye ne ye agent ma that's your verdict. Now so wo say me nyini 5.7%. Okay. Wa wo so ba be ye ni no 2024 wa wo so growth no na 4.0 2025 4.0 wa no aja tum me dey now say e bon kakankan no eno 5.7% economic growth to GDP wo dey no 4.0 no problem. What's our project to say 2026 na wo total revenue we're moving from the 200 and say $220 billion revenue no we're moving to 362 billion Ghana cedis no what was say 2026 you are growing at 4.8%, and this is and some you are a lot of force and catch them you maybe around 220 billion Ghana cedis I grew 5.7%. Wo babaje of close to 300 billion and we grew 4.0. We are what saying kuduro saba be catch so babaje 362 billion. Obabi did 362 billion. Now we are grew economy no 4.8%. It's 300 so for me and I make us say the verdict will always be out there, and those of us who are very critical about what you say, not what what you put into your document, not what you say or what I say. Going forward, you see, media. And the end game is that the economy will be on its feet. Good. When you look at their 2025-2026 budget, senior, can adia ankoa ana susu jinabia omudia jina ho se emrante ne mabawa 2024 no omo tonyo se unemployment rate 14% no susu dua be na se si jina ho awo me ma ebia be sima ba ko a obetumi aka kyerem so susu dua we se de me amhwe a ebia mfie mienu mfie mesa ebetumi afa enkora se adwuma. You see the three cardinal principles for monetary policy management. It's about 1, reducing inflation, 2, making sure that you maintain interest rate, and 3, making sure you end up with full employment.
And the first 2 now, boy, inflation rate, Mujano 27. 23 point something. It is now single digit.
I have admitted. Yes. No, you see, when it comes to
offer policy rate, Mujano 23. To say it's, I think it was 27. To say it's around 21. Are they not doing well?
When it comes to single digit inflation, Coco check it from 2018 to 2021 under NPP. You see, I will always accept. Say 2022, late 2021, 2022, 2023. It was a terrible year. It was a very terrible for every Ghanaian. What else? Inflation could do 54.1 within that 2 years band. 54. Nobody was happy. But the good thing is that as it to me about drew around 23. It means that but when it comes to single digit inflation, go and look at our inflation trajectory from 2018 to it was in the single digit. So I will not say.
No,
I
will not say, Mills, I will not say, a single digit running for like 36 months.
You see,
in this country.
You see, when you say 36 months, what I'm telling you now, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 was 48 years, 48 months. So for me, I will not, you see, Omamiga Central, I will not labor on the, me say, the end results of everything will show out there because also will create a job. And normal Koko see, right? It tells you something. Say indeed, me say 2020, 2025. Maybe you see, omo allocation be.
Well, unfortunately, your brain a corner.
Says omo allocation. Mami okay, 24 hour. Almost 90 million. Unko ketenkete 244 million. Free Ghana 200 million. Make Ghana Green 20 million. Alternative livelihood 30 million. Namus 150. Digital Youth Hub 70 million. Codes 100 million. When you put all these things together, right? If this thing I'm passe, are they also baby creative eduma ediaman kwarano honoma, right? Enka nkurano nko board on pima se be bru se be nyado ya me fa ebi ekransie omukuye. These people would have sensed there's an opportunity. So when we call something signal effect, it tells you that the youth that you say you are providing job, they don't trust your ability to create job.
But on the flip side, I love the argument that you are raising. It's unfortunate to say at time, as I would have on and on with all of you. But on the flip side of what you said, my appreciation is that Mahama is being honest with and to Ghanaians, because all these things or promise when he was a candidate, he's in government, not buying a budget, why allocations to the fence as promised in opposition.
When you say he has been honest, right?
Yes.
You see, it is about results, not about honesty. The results will define the level of your honesty. So when you say, I have allocated $1 billion, 1 billion Ghana cedis, but at the end of the day, at the end of the 12 months, what do you have to show? It is not about you being honest, allocate, because the point is that when you allocate 100 million for codes, and no crowd 100 million Ghana cedis for codes. No one catch up 100 million. I have been a government communication. 78 million Ghana cedis now allocate 2025. Capital expenditure 50 million.
Okay,
government communication.
MPP secretary will share so constituency. But that's a salam. Unfortunately, Brenner with the event snapping kakra na subsequent next time in your time we have in a budget now, but then we get time to digest it well.
I think one thing government will benefit here, this gold bond issue. And if gold bond is working, it's because it may enough dollars into the system. We are heading towards we are friend equilibrium. I've been saying we are my resource. I know, and we are hopefully I will say as for gold bond policy cannot be sustainable because I determine the price.
Good bond, you think some policy is sustainable?
Well, policy, as a sales market.
What is driving them? Because we don't have control.
Yeah, we have control over it.
Commodity prices we don't have.
About a pricing drop, and that means income drop. So I'm thinking is a buying insurance and look at quite before so I minimize the demand for dollar at least. So come say dollar crash or two and high. I think any good. And I also got just say your debt about from kakra. I'm gonna have 45% to our GDP. And in as a result of say dollar and appreciating. Now it's an echo about this growth in terms of GDP. The last budget, we can say what MPP NDC government did was a slack budget. Because we can spend that money. Now we're expecting growth to be 3.8%.
Slack budget.
It's a slack budget. Someone with that lower a friend say a growth targeter and they're easy to jump on. What you say? 3.8% of this time around, so we just can spend 302 no vis-a-vis for they are only 4.8% from their previous success for my. I think this question, but I don't know. Maybe strategically, maybe I'm on the grand minimum. But it also battles the point say some of the figures are more catching or man spending because we compare capital expenditure last year and I said this year I'm meeting expenditure approval. I think they are short of about 30% our man spending, and someone spending as well a bad effective group because it means it's cancelled so every and new. So my point is that I'm going to say you are pointing out figures out.
Do you see something artificial in the management of the economy?
No, our economy has been artificial all this while not with this government.
Okay.
But I couldn't be.
Hussein, quick one now for
number one, number one crown. Or say NDC, you grew to know your project C Benya a 4.0, right?
No. We grew 5.7 2024. Your own budget said you grew 4.0 2025. You've made a projection. You said you will go 4.8 in 2026.
Then a page ben, I'll bet my boy page now. Page now kind. Why? Page now kind because maybe make it a page 13 of budget now a year you're to force and a kind, you know. Maybe any one of my so growth rate now can ewo. The minimum say you grew a 6.3% until our budget now check it page 13. I mean everything see growth in a 6.3%. Any
I've seen the 6.3 on a flyer.
Yes,
so
70,
I'm yet to
yes.
cross-check.
No, a budget really. A paragraph.
I have 70, it. Don't worry.
Check. A paragraph 71. A 6.3. So if I know you figure free, it is show NDC buy and near me koye. Into it make us say your economic growth was better than year. Material budget in baby wa. HSA the okay and yes and it's here. And on say, I'm ready anyhow. Can person me call baby or coin on oil now mo can want them. Unim say oil palm. Every year, Biano, you spend $298 million. Near the crowd about Ghana, Hansi. Any dollar, balance of payment deficits. Like
projected growth, and I said this year's growth.
They grew. We've grew by 6.3%. Yes. What I say? In fact, we projected. I saw something we projected 4% in the year 6.3%.
And Salam Okase. As a moment, a very low idea, so that more person we have to do. Oh, yeah, my for economically, the projections also must be realistic and pragmatic.
Yes. So what has no,
and he laid the foundation. He laid the foundation. He laid the foundation. If you are spending more, then the growth also should be more. Okay, first of all, no, so I'm quick and then.
And one thing also was a Ghana for who says here, John Mama say schools are more Ghana have piano, more Tom, some more talk who's well, Munton free Ghana had him say idea. Okay, what I say, a idea beboa because feed Ghana, feed Ghana. Policy that I support. Policy I know say Nipa will be support it. Yeah, could to a champion time. Nasani money United and the schools need to be bring so many family.
How different is feed Ghana from planting for food and jobs?
Planting for food and jobs, no. Also, me plan for food and jobs, no. A no, not food inflation. Okay, food inflation. Now, okay, 10 countries. World Bank report and more had him say 10 countries. Na Ghana, you can't be. Ultimate be planting for food and jobs. Now food inflation, the cost through. Na Ghana for you be an indi. But and then me know can say, and you know, me ba me do anu secret. I say the entire man planting for food and jobs. Na it's man CP no. Yes say what say? Who person unya food inflation say CPR. And I say food insecurity a CPR. I was say unya all year round production. And then also benya all year round production. I was say ultimate who say irrigation ebe matter because then so top bremba by tom bremba. But who can so me one village one dambi. E me we say sika mo say no. But e ba ye the name e go
I'm enjoying the conversation, but unfortunately I don't have time on my hands. Yes.
From my background, right. One thing I don't know how to do it is quoting figures without source. No. Because it is something that I have been doing, and what I'm doing now, my professors everywhere are listening to me. So there is no way me quote figure me boa. Me pese oje aye kitami, right? We a 2026 budget.
Budget kind of
yes. Okay. Yes, paragraph 41. Page 7. What the Francis is the kind paragraph 41. 41. What the kind meeting?
Okay. ECOWAS sub-region growth and inflation outlook. Mr. Speaker, growth in the ECOWAS sub-region is expected to rise from 4.4% in 2025 to 4.7% in 2026, signaling a gradual and broad-based infrastructure investment and renewed momentum in regional trade and integration. The WIMO economics in particular are forecast to expand by 5.6%, reflecting sustained agricultural growth and improved policy coordination. Ghana there no 3.8 to
5.1, 5.7, 4.0, then 4.8.
Or as head and
but he's talking
about
head and
ECOWAS sub-region growth rate.
No, you see,
this is it.
No, it is my time. No.
I will look at it.
When we say ECOWAS sub-region, the ECOWAS, why ECOWAS sub-region for 2020 say 4.7. WEMU 5.6. Then uba na about the individual countries.
Okay.
Good. Individual countries, we have 2026 projection. Benin ebe 6.7. Burkina Faso ebe 4.8. Eba Cote d'Ivoire 6.4. Eba Ghana 4.8. Uko Guinea-Bissau 5.0. So for me, if someone country said this material it is coming from your budget, go and ask whoever told you. Say me, I am lying because I didn't put these figures there. Did I put this figure? No, you see,
you grow 6.3, and the next project will grow 4.8. It's good news.
Good. And what are your projections? No,
you
grow for so for me.
Yes.
And then you are expecting
a reduction in your growth. Yes.
Good. What's it? Sub-region growth. And I'm Omodiaba. So you have admitted, say, though you are requesting for more, but you are anemically growing slow, and that is not good. For say over to me a creative economy, a creative opportunity for Emrantia and Emabawa. Right now, NDC has shifted away from 14% unemployment rate. And they say almost they are singing a monetary policy.
So what is the unemployment rate now?
Hey, someone account it was on back at
you. Okay, but that's 30.7. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, open here from Aluta from say.
From
you, yentio.
I'm sure we Pedro Mata Medina my Ghana. I'm sure we Pedro Mano Aspe ni papa. Tiana na janto.
Medase. Hello, good morning.
Bajo tu fo yanko pasu jenka mo.
Nyamete ase enka won so. Yentio.
Bajo medase. Nyame akwa Kofi Boakini. Mammo NDC ni no communication mammo na baso. Nyame Chief Peter President Dr. Frank Amakwen Minister Santa Region Amchel Chamana kwesi metiana. We budget e ba ye na. We are say NDC no kre ya great to say on better chiro man no nti penifo ka sembi on se sankofa we nti anya wan wase Ghana for e sankofa Ira John Dramani ma ama ban ba ye say omra meboa no kre budget no ye rehye mu say aban ni be ye nnuma ne akwan ni titiru pa ye emme a wo so wodi your friends and the
okay, Mauni Abisumra. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. Nyametiase, yentio.
I am from Hamza.
Hamza, yentio.
Nyabuposha, when for Koyan and Nakwasi. Now, you found any more the farmer agric minister. You have coaching and participation. You have coaching in a pano in Saumbi. There for Cano Pan, you mentioned John Romani, my dear. Papa knows that. Or what not, and was you. Osia de instead be a to akase apano kwatena nche adise wosia no enya sanketo atofo de so yakopon hia no pa ni nyuma pa also oya magana na me hia o me da